Ladies and gentlemen, today we stand at the crossroads of greatness. But the question is, what will define our path? Will it be our circumstances, our resources, or something deeper, something far more powerful? It will be our minds. The mind is not just a part of us, it is the very engine that drives us. It is the starting point of everything we do and the creator of everything we experience. So your mind is your greatest asset. It is not bound by the limitations of time, space, or even your past. It is a limitless force capable of shaping your destiny, molding your reality, and unlocking the doors to your fullest potential. Your thoughts are powerful. Every action, every decision you make is born in the mind. Every dream you pursue, every obstacle you overcome is first conceived in your thoughts. The great truth is this: what you think about, you bring about. If you want to change your world, you must first change your thinking. Too often we limit ourselves. We look at our current circumstances, our challenges, our setbacks, and believe they define us. But they do not. Your circumstances are temporary, your mind is eternal. The key to overcoming challenges is not found in the world around you, but in the world within you. Your mindset is the key to your success. It is not the resources you have that determine your success, it's how resourceful you are in your thinking. And let me tell you something about the power of imagination. Imagination is not just for artists and dreamers, it is the creative force that allows us to envision a future we've never seen, to achieve what has never been done. Before anything great is achieved in the physical world, it is first seen in the mind. Every invention, every innovation, every breakthrough began as an image in someone's mind. And that same creative power exists within you. But my friends, we must recognize that there are mental barriers that can hold us back. Fear, doubt, insecurity, these are not external forces, but internal ones. We are often our own greatest enemies. It's time to rise above these limitations. It's time to reprogram our minds for victory. Fear is not a fact, it's a feeling. And feelings can be controlled. Your mind does not just influence your thoughts, it controls your body. The health of your mind directly affects the health of your body, your energy, and your actions. A healthy mind leads to a healthy body. If your mind is free, your body will follow. But a mind that is enslaved by stress, negativity, or unresolved emotions will bring you down physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Take care of your mind, and your body will thank you. And let's talk about learning. The mind is not a fixed, unchanging thing. It is a dynamic, ever-evolving power. But for it to evolve, we must feed it. The mind, like a muscle, must be exercised. Through constant learning, through growth, through seeking knowledge, you keep your mind sharp and prepared for anything that comes your way. Don't let your mind become stagnant. Feed it with ideas, with new perspectives, with wisdom. Your beliefs shape your behavior. If you believe that you can, you will. If you believe you cannot, you won't. Belief is the fuel that drives the mind. It empowers you to overcome obstacles, to take risks, to move beyond your comfort zone. Change your beliefs, and you change your behavior. Change your behavior, and you change your life. But the power of the mind does not stop there. The mind has the power to change, to renew, to transform. You are not bound by your past mistakes or your failures. You are not defined by your current limitations. Your mind can be renewed, reconditioned, and refocused. If you don't like where you are, change the way you think. Transformation begins in the mind, and once you change your thinking, your future is no longer confined to the past. Finally, mastery of the mind requires mindfulness and discipline. In today's world of distractions, it is easy to lose focus, to drift away from your purpose. But success is not accidental. It is intentional. It requires discipline in your thinking, in your actions, and in your choices. You must take control of your thoughts, direct them toward your goals, and refuse to be distracted by the noise of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, the mind is a powerful thing. It is the key to unlocking your potential, to living a life of purpose, to achieving your dreams. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you let your mind control you, or will you take control of your mind? Your future is in your hands and in your mind. The power of the mind is a force unlike any other. It is the greatest resource we possess. And yet it is often the most misunderstood and underutilized. We are constantly told to look outward for success, for happiness, for fulfillment. But the truth is that everything we need, everything we seek, begins in the mind. The mind is the birthplace of all ideas, all dreams, all dreams, all dreams, all aspirations. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life, and the direction in which your mind moves will ultimately determine the direction of your life. Every action you take, every decision you make is born in the mind. Nothing happens in the physical world until it first happens in your mind. Your thoughts shape your perception of reality, and in turn, your actions shape your reality. The mind is like a garden. Whatever seeds you plant in it will grow. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, those are the fruits you will reap. But if you plant seeds of hope, possibility, and belief, you will begin to see a harvest of opportunities, success, and fulfillment. The law is simple thoughts become things. The mind is a creative power. We often hear about the power of imagination, but we fail to recognize just how essential it is to our progress. Imagination is not just about fantasizing or daydreaming it. It's about seeing what does not yet exist and creating it. Before any great achievement, before any great success, it began as a vision in someone's mind. The greatest inventions, the greatest works of art, the greatest breakthroughs in history were all born in the mind of someone who dared to imagine something new, something different, something that had never been seen before. Imagination is the seedbed of creation. But it's not just about imagination, it's about mindset. Success is not determined by your resources, it is determined by your resourcefulness. It's about how you perceive the world around you and how you respond to the challenges that come your way. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't lies not in their external circumstances, but in their mindset. A person with the right mindset can turn a challenge into an opportunity, a setback into a setup for a comeback. They see obstacles as stepping stones, not roadblocks. Yet, many of us have mental barriers that hold us back. Fear, doubt, insecurity, negative beliefs about ourselves, they all create mental prisons. These barriers are often self-imposed, and the greatest battle we fight is not with the world, but with ourselves. We allow our fears and doubts to control us, to dictate our actions, and to limit our potential. But fear is not a fact, it is a feeling. And feelings, as we know, are temporary. You do not have to let your fears control you. You can choose to rise above them, to take action in spite of them. When you take control of your mind, you take control of your life. The mind is not just a thinking organ, it governs everything: your body, your emotions, your relationships, and your actions. Your mind influences your health. A mind filled with stress, anxiety, and negativity creates physical tension, illness, and fatigue. But when your mind is at peace, when your thoughts are aligned with your highest values and goals, your body reflects that peace. The mind and body are inextricably connected. When you cultivate a healthy, positive, and focused mind, you create a healthy body to match. It's all interconnected. Your mind can either be your greatest ally or your greatest enemy. Your mind is also capable of constant renewal. It's important to understand that the mind is not fixed. It is dynamic. It is constantly being shaped by the thoughts you allow to take residence there. You can choose to recondition your mind, to change your beliefs, to reshape your perception of the world. If you are not where you want to be in life, it is because your thoughts have been conditioned to think in a certain way. But you can reprogram your mind, reset your thinking, and change the course of your life. The mind is malleable, and you have the power to transform it. If you are willing to work on it, if you are willing to invest in your personal development, the mind can lead you to new heights, new possibilities, and new successes. But to achieve the life you desire, you must commit to continuous learning. The mind is like a muscle, it must be exercised, and it must be fed. The more knowledge you gather, the sharper your mind becomes. The more you challenge your thinking, the more expansive your mind becomes. Knowledge is not just about accumulating facts, it's about developing the capacity to think critically, to solve problems creatively, and to approach life with an open and curious mindset. Never stop learning. Never stop growing. The mind thrives on new ideas, new experiences, and new perspectives. What you feed your mind determines what it produces. If you want to elevate your life, elevate your thinking. But perhaps the most important truth about the mind is that it is governed by belief. What you believe to be true will shape your reality. If you believe that you can achieve something, you will find a way to make it happen. If you believe that you cannot, you will find a way to prove that true as well. The power of belief is astounding. It is the invisible force that propels us forward, even when the odds are stacked against us. Belief is what fuels perseverance, what sparks creativity, and what moves us toward our goals. The mind is a powerful tool, but belief is the engine that drives it. And when it comes to change, it's important to recognize that the mind can be transformed at any time. You do not have to remain stuck in old patterns of thinking. You can change your life by changing your thoughts. If you are dissatisfied with where you are, change the way you think. If you are struggling with fear or doubt, replace those thoughts with thoughts of possibility, of hope, of opportunity. Transformation begins in the mind. And when you change your mind, you change your life. Mastery of the mind requires discipline. In a world filled with distractions, it is easy to let your thoughts wander. It is easy to become distracted by the noise, the chaos, and the busyness of life. But if you want to achieve your highest potential, you must learn to focus your mind. You must develop the discipline to control your thoughts, to direct them toward your highest goals, to protect your mind from negativity and distractions. A focused mind is a powerful mind. It is a mind that can overcome any obstacle, that can achieve any dream, that can create a future of limitless possibilities. The power of the mind is truly limitless. It can create, it can destroy, it can heal, and it can transform. The key to unlocking that power lies within you. You have the ability to shape your thoughts, to choose your beliefs, and to create your reality. Your future is not determined by your past nor by your circumstances, but by the power of your mind. When you master your mind, you master your life. The question is, will you take control of your mind, or will you let your mind control you? The choice is yours. Thoughts are not just fleeting moments of awareness. They are the seeds from which everything in our lives grows. Every action we take, every decision we make begins as a thought. From the smallest choice to the most significant achievement, everything is birthed in the mind. The idea that thoughts become reality is not just a motivational phrase, it's a fundamental truth of life. What we think about consistently, what we focus on, is what we attract into our lives. Our thoughts shape our experiences, guide our actions, and ultimately create the reality we live in. It begins with a simple but profound concept. Thoughts are powerful. They are the building blocks of everything we experience. The way we think about ourselves, our situations, and the world around us shapes our responses to those situations. If we see the world through a lens of fear, doubt, and negativity, that is what we will encounter. But if we choose to think with hope, possibility, and optimism, we will start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. The reality we experience is the result of the thoughts we allow to occupy our minds. Think about the power of a single thought. A thought is the spark that ignites every action, every habit, and every outcome. If you think, I am capable, you will start to take actions that align with that belief. You will look for opportunities to prove that capability to yourself. On the other hand, if you think, I am not good enough, your behavior will reflect that thought, and you will act in ways that confirm that belief, even if those actions are self-sabotaging. Our thoughts create our beliefs, and our beliefs shape our actions. It's a cycle, a loop that continues to build upon itself until it shapes the course of our lives. The law of attraction is a perfect example of how thoughts manifest reality. It teaches us that like attracts like. If you are constantly focused on lack, fear, and limitations, you will inevitably draw those experiences into your life. But when your mind is focused on abundance, on possibility, and on solutions, you begin to align yourself with those very things. This is why successful people often talk about the power of mindset, because they understand that their thoughts create their outcomes. They know that by shifting their focus to what they want to create, rather than what they want to avoid, they are aligning themselves with their deepest desires. It's also important to recognize that thoughts are not just abstract or intangible. They are energy. Every thought carries with it a frequency or vibration, and that vibration interacts with the world around us. We may not be able to see it with our physical eyes, but energy is constantly in motion. Our thoughts create an energetic field around us that attracts similar energy. This is why people often say that when you change your thinking, you change your life. It's not just a metaphor. There is a real energetic shift that occurs when we consciously choose positive, empowering thoughts. And over time, as we repeat those thoughts, they begin to shape the world we live in. The process of transforming thoughts into reality isn't immediate, but it is inevitable. Just as a seed, when planted in fertile soil, requires time to grow, our thoughts require time to take root and manifest into physical form. It's a process of gradual alignment. For example, if you think about success but never take any action, success will remain a distant dream. It's not enough to simply think about the life you want to live. You must also take inspired action that aligns with those thoughts. However, the foundation of any meaningful action is always a thought. Every breakthrough in history, every revolution, every new idea began with a thought. That thought was nurtured, developed, and eventually acted upon, and that is how it became a reality. Many people struggle with the idea of thoughts becoming reality because they cannot see the immediate results. They think, if I think about success, why isn't the success showing up immediately? But just as the process of planting a seed in the ground takes time to produce fruit, so too does the process of manifesting thoughts into reality. The key is consistency. It's not enough to simply think positively once or twice and expect things to change. To truly shift your reality, you must consistently feed your mind with thoughts that align with your goals and desires. Over time, this consistent focus begins to create momentum. And that momentum turns your thoughts into tangible results. A powerful aspect of thoughts becoming reality is the idea of subconscious programming. The mind is divided into two parts, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The conscious mind is responsible for our intentional thoughts, the thoughts we choose to focus on in any given moment. The subconscious mind, however, operates in the background, absorbing and storing information that shapes our habits, beliefs, and behaviors. Over time, the thoughts we consciously entertain start to seep into the subconscious, where they begin to influence our automatic responses, our emotional patterns, and our actions. This is why it's so important to guard your thoughts, especially when you are trying to create a new reality. Negative or limiting beliefs can easily become ingrained in the subconscious if we are not intentional about replacing them with empowering ones. If you constantly think, I will never succeed, your subconscious mind will begin to accept that as truth and will direct your actions accordingly. On the other hand, if you consciously affirm, I am worthy of success, and back that thought up with action, you reprogram your subconscious to support that new belief. Over time, this new thought pattern will become your reality. The link between thought and reality also extends to our relationships. Our thoughts about others, our expectations, and the energy we bring to our interactions shape the relationships we build. If you constantly think that people are untrustworthy, that everyone will let you down, that is the energy you will project. And that is what you will attract. But if you think, I am deserving of love and respect, and you maintain a positive attitude toward others, you will draw people who resonate with that belief. Just as we attract what we think about, we also attract the energy we give off. As we continue to grow in our understanding of the mind's power, we realize that thinking is not just about visualizing or affirming, it's about believing. If you think, I want to be successful, but deep down you believe you are not worthy of success, your external circumstances will reflect that inner belief. The key is to align your conscious thoughts with your deep inner beliefs so that both are working together to create the reality you desire. Thoughts alone are not enough. Belief must be the driving force behind your thoughts. This understanding of thoughts becoming reality brings with it both responsibility and freedom. It's empowering to know that the direction of your life is in your hands, that your thoughts have the ability to create your future. But it's also a responsibility to recognize that the thoughts you entertain today are shaping the life you will live tomorrow. If you want to change your life, you must start by changing your thoughts. And you must keep those thoughts in alignment with your highest vision for yourself, no matter the challenges or distractions that may arise. The transformation from thought to reality is not always instantaneous, but it is certain. It is the most profound truth of human existence. What you think about, you bring about. Whether you realize it or not, your thoughts are shaping your world every single day. The question is, what kind of world do you want to create? The power is in your hands, and it begins with your thoughts. Mindset is the invisible force that shapes everything in our lives. It is the lens through which we view the world and the filter that determines how we respond to every challenge, every opportunity, and every setback. The mind is not just a passive observer, it is an active participant in creating the reality we experience. How we think about ourselves, about others, and about the circumstances we find ourselves in profoundly impacts our outcomes. When it comes to success, mindset is the most crucial factor. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Success is not simply about talent, education, or resources. While these things play a role, they are not the determining factors of whether someone will achieve success or not. More often than not, success is determined by mindset, the way we think, the way we approach problems, and the way we view failure. A person with the right mindset will find a way to succeed, regardless of their circumstances. On the other hand, someone with a limiting mindset, no matter how skilled or gifted they are, will often find a way to fail. It is mindset that either unlocks the door to success or keeps it firmly shut. The first key to understanding the power of mindset is to recognize that it is not fixed. Mindset can be cultivated, developed, and shifted. It is not something you are born with, but something you create and nurture over time. The mind is flexible, malleable, and capable of growth. What you believe about yourself and about the world is not set in stone, it can be changed. This is what makes mindset such a powerful tool. If you can change the way you think, you can change the way you live. The person who believes that they can achieve great things, who sees challenges as opportunities, and who approaches life with a sense of purpose and possibility will always be positioned for success, no matter what obstacles they face. A key part of cultivating a success-oriented mindset is understanding that success is a journey, not a destination. The most successful people are not the ones who have everything figured out or who are immune to failure. They are the ones who have developed the ability to persist, to keep going in the face of adversity. Success is not about avoiding failure, but about learning how to use failure as a stepping stone. A growth mindset, one that embraces challenges and sees them as opportunities for learning and development, is essential for long-term success. People with this kind of mindset are not defeated by setbacks. Instead, they view each failure as a lesson, a necessary part of the process. They know that failure is not permanent. It is simply a momentary experience that leads them one step closer to achieving their goal. One of the most common mindset traps that hold people back is the belief that success is something reserved for a select few. Many people think that success is about being in the right place at the right time, or having the right connections, or being born with certain advantages. This kind of thinking is limiting because it leads to a sense of powerlessness. When you believe that success is something external to you, something that is determined by luck or circumstance, you relinquish control over your own future. The truth is that success is available to anyone who is willing to develop the right mindset and put in the necessary work. It is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. You have the power to shape your own destiny through the way you think and the actions you take. People with a success mindset also understand the importance of self-belief. They have a deep conviction that they are capable of achieving their goals. This belief is not based on blind confidence, but on a clear understanding of their own abilities, potential, and the work they are willing to put in. Self-doubt is one of the greatest enemies of success. It paralyzes action and keeps people stuck in a cycle of indecision and inaction. The person who believes they can succeed will take action, even in the face of uncertainty, while the person who doubts their abilities will hesitate and delay, waiting for perfect conditions that may never come. Success is built on a foundation of self-belief, the belief that you can handle the challenges that come your way and that you are worthy of the success you seek. A success-oriented mindset also involves a strong sense of discipline. Discipline is the ability to stay focused and committed to your goals, even when the initial excitement wears off and the road gets tough. It is easy to start a project, to make big plans, but it is the disciplined individual who stays the course when the going gets hard. The discipline to keep pushing forward, to stay consistent, and to maintain a high standard of work, even when no one is watching, is what separates those who succeed from those who fall short. Discipline allows you to keep your eyes on the prize, no matter how far away it seems, and to make incremental progress toward your goals each and every day. It is also essential to recognize that mindset and success are not just about individual effort, they are also about relationships. Successful people understand that no one achieves greatness in isolation. Success is often the result of collaboration, mentorship, and learning from others. A mindset that values cooperation over competition, that sees other people as allies rather than obstacles, is a powerful one. When you are open to learning from those who have walked the path before you, when you seek out feedback and embrace constructive criticism, you accelerate your growth. The most successful people are often the ones who have cultivated a strong network of mentors, colleagues, and supporters who help them stay on track, offer guidance, and encourage them to keep going. Another key element of mindset is resilience, the ability to bounce back after a setback. Life does not always go as planned, and there will always be moments of disappointment, failure, or hardship. A person with the right mindset does not let these moments define them. Instead, they use them as opportunities to grow stronger, to build character, and to refine their approach. Resilience is the ability to keep moving forward, to stay mentally and emotionally strong, even when things are difficult. People with a resilient mindset know that obstacles are a part of the process, and they are willing to embrace them, learn from them, and continue pressing forward toward their goals. The mindset of success also involves a sense of purpose, a deep connection to why you are doing what you are doing. When your work is aligned with your values, when your goals are connected to something greater than just personal gain, you tap into an energy and motivation that cannot be easily extinguished. Purpose gives you the stamina to keep going when things get tough, the clarity to make decisions that align with your long-term vision, and the drive to overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. People who succeed are often those who have a clear understanding of their why and are unwavering in their commitment to it. A mindset of success requires an unwavering belief in the possibility of greatness, not just for others, but for yourself. Success is a reflection of your internal mindset, and the way you see yourself is how you will show up in the world. If you see yourself as a person who is capable of great things, who is worthy of success, and who has the ability to overcome obstacles, that belief will influence everything you do. It will guide your decisions, your actions, and your relationships. When you believe that success is not just something that happens to lucky people, but something that you are fully capable of achieving, you begin to take the actions necessary to bring that success into reality. Success is not about waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, or the right circumstances. Success is about creating the right mindset and taking consistent, purposeful action toward your goals. It is about understanding that the path to success is not a straight line, but a winding journey full of lessons, challenges, and growth. And those who succeed are not necessarily the ones with the best circumstances, but the ones with the best mindset, the ones who believe in themselves, embrace challenges, and never give up no matter what. Your mindset is the key to your success. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. And when you cultivate the right mindset, success becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Imagination is the engine of human progress. It is the tool that allows us to see beyond the constraints of our current reality and envision a world that has yet to exist. It is through imagination that we are able to create, innovate, and transform. Without imagination, we would be trapped in the present, unable to move forward, unable to grow. It is imagination that provides the blueprint for all creation, whether in art, science, business, or personal development. Everything that exists in the physical world was first conceived in the mind of someone who dared to imagine it. Imagination is not merely a whimsical exercise of daydreaming. It is a powerful force that shapes our future. The ability to imagine is unique to humans. It is through our imagination that we are able to step outside the boundaries of the present and explore what could be. Whether we are imagining a better version of ourselves, a new way to solve a problem, or an entirely new invention, imagination allows us to break free from the limitations of what is and create something new. The mind's capacity to create mental images, to envision possibilities, is what fuels all human advancement. Every invention, every great achievement started as an idea, a picture in the mind of someone who asked, what if? I think about the countless inventions and advancements that have changed the course of human history: airplanes, electricity, the internet. None of these things existed before someone imagined them. These ideas didn't emerge from the existing limitations of their time, but from a mind that was willing to transcend those limitations and envision something beyond what was possible. The Wright brothers imagined the possibility of flight long before anyone believed it could be done. Thomas Edison imagined the electric light bulb in a world that still relied on candles and gas lamps. The internet was first imagined by visionaries who saw the possibility of connecting people from all corners of the globe in an instant. These great minds didn't just accept the world as it was, they used their imagination to challenge the status quo and to create a new reality. Imagination is also the seed of personal transformation. Before any change can take place in your life, you must first imagine it. Whether it's achieving a career goal, building a successful business, or cultivating better health, your imagination provides the blueprint for the life you want to live. Without a vision of what you want to achieve, you will be wandering aimlessly, reacting to life instead of actively shaping it. It is the act of imagining that allows you to set clear goals, to create a vision of the future you want, and to begin moving toward that vision with purpose. If you can't see it in your mind, it is impossible to bring it into reality. Your mind needs a clear image to work toward, and imagination is what provides that image. In addition to creating new things and setting goals, imagination is the key to problem solving. When faced with a challenge, it is often not enough to simply work harder or take more action. True breakthroughs come when we can imagine alternative solutions, when we can step outside the box and look at a problem from different angles. Imagination allows us to generate creative solutions, to think beyond the obvious, and to approach problems in innovative ways. It is through imaginative thinking that we are able to find new ways to overcome obstacles, to turn adversity into opportunity. The ability to imagine outcomes, multiple solutions, is what allows us to navigate life's challenges with agility and creativity. Imagination also plays a crucial role in emotional well-being. The images we create in our mind shape our emotional state. If we consistently imagine negative outcomes, focusing on what could go wrong, we invite anxiety, fear, and stress into our lives. But if we use our imagination to picture positive outcomes, to see ourselves succeeding, overcoming challenges, and thriving, we build a sense of confidence and hope. Our imagination shapes how we perceive the world and influences our emotional response to it. By learning to control and direct our imagination, we can train our minds to focus on possibilities, solutions, and opportunities rather than limitations and fears. One of the most important aspects of imagination is its connection to possibility. Imagination opens up a world of possibilities that would otherwise be closed off. It allows us to consider options we might not have thought of, to explore paths we never imagined we could take. When we use our imagination, we are not bound by the limitations of the present. We are free to dream beyond the constraints of time, resources, and experience. Imagination creates a space where anything is possible. And when we begin to think in terms of possibility, we open ourselves to opportunities that we may have previously overlooked. But imagination is not a passive activity. It requires focus and effort to cultivate and develop. It is easy to let our minds wander aimlessly, to let our thoughts be dominated by distractions and negativity. To harness the true power of imagination, we must learn to focus it intentionally. We must practice directing our thoughts toward the future we want to create, toward the goals we want to achieve, and toward the person we want to become. This requires discipline and consistency. Like any skill, the more we practice using our imagination, the stronger and more effective it becomes. Imagination is also closely tied to belief. The images we create in our minds are directly influenced by what we believe is possible. If we believe that success is unattainable, that we are not capable of achieving our dreams, our imagination will reinforce that belief. However, if we believe that we are capable, that we are worthy of success, our imagination will begin to show us the possibilities for achieving that success. Belief and imagination work together. The more we believe in ourselves and in our potential, the more expansive and creative our imagination becomes. Conversely, the more limited our beliefs, the more narrow and constrained our imaginative capacity. Imagination is a tool for self-expression. Through art, music, writing, and other forms of creativity, we bring our inner visions to life. Imagination allows us to express our deepest emotions, to communicate our experiences and ideas, and to connect with others on a profound level. When we engage in creative pursuits, we are giving form to the images and ideas that live inside our minds. This act of creation is an expression of who we are and a reflection of our unique perspective on the world. At its imagination is a form of power. It allows us to transcend our current circumstances, to see beyond the limits of the present, and to shape our future. It gives us the ability to create, to innovate, and to overcome. It is through imagination that we are able to turn dreams into reality, to see opportunities where others see obstacles, and to transform our world one idea at a time. To limit our imagination is to limit our potential. When we unlock the full power of our imagination, we unlock the full power of our lives. Imagination is not just a tool for creating it, it's the key to creating the life we desire. Overcoming mental barriers is a fundamental aspect of personal growth and success. The mind is a powerful tool, but it can also be an obstacle if we allow limiting beliefs, fears, doubts, and negative self-talk to take root. These mental barriers often hold us back from achieving our full potential, preventing us from reaching the goals we aspire to and from becoming the individuals we are capable of becoming. The key to unlocking greater success, fulfillment, and achievement lies in the ability to recognize these mental barriers and actively work to overcome them. The first step in overcoming mental barriers is to understand that they are not inherent to us. These barriers are not a reflection of our true potential or worth, but are learned patterns of thinking that we have adopted over time. From early childhood, we begin to absorb messages from society, family, and experiences that shape the way we see ourselves in the world. If we are told we are not good enough, if we face repeated failures, or if we are taught to fear risk or uncertainty, we internalize these messages, often without even realizing it. Over time, these thoughts and beliefs form the mental barriers that limit our actions and restrict our growth. One of the most common mental barriers is the fear of failure. This fear can be paralyzing and prevent us from taking the necessary steps towards success. We fear making mistakes, looking foolish, or falling short of our goals. And as a result, we avoid taking risks or trying new things. This fear often stems from a deep-seated belief that failure means something about our value or abilities, that it defines us in some way. However, failure is not an endpoint, it is a part of the journey. Failure is a teacher, not a verdict. It shows us what doesn't work, and in doing so, it brings us one step closer to understanding what will work. When we shift our perspective on failure from seeing it as a negative judgment of ourselves to viewing it as a learning opportunity, we can break free from this mental barrier. Another mental barrier that many people face is self-doubt. The voice of doubt can be persistent, undermining our confidence and making us question our abilities. This self-doubt often arises from comparing ourselves to others, from measuring our progress against external standards, or from believing that we are not as capable or deserving as those around us. It tells us that we are not enough, that we are not worthy of success, or that we will never be able to achieve our goals. However, the truth is that self-doubt is not based on objective reality. It is a reflection of our fears and insecurities. Every successful person has experienced moments of doubt, but what sets them apart is their ability to push through that doubt and take action anyway. The key to overcoming self-doubt is to remind ourselves that we are worthy, capable, and deserving of success. We must focus on our strengths, trust in our abilities, and remember that we are constantly growing and evolving. Negative thinking is another powerful mental barrier. Our thoughts shape our reality, and when we consistently entertain negative, self-limiting thoughts, we create a mental environment that is filled with fear, anxiety, and hopelessness. Negative thinking often takes the form of catastrophizing, where we imagine the worst possible outcomes, or all or nothing thinking, where we believe that if we don't succeed perfectly, we have failed completely. This kind of thinking creates unnecessary stress and keeps us from taking the necessary steps toward our goals. To overcome this barrier, we must learn to challenge negative thoughts and replace them with more balanced, realistic perspectives. Instead of thinking, I will never succeed, we can replace it with, I may face challenges, but I have the ability to overcome them. Overcoming negative thinking requires constant awareness and effort, but it is essential to shifting our mindset and breaking free from mental barriers. Procrastination is another common mental barrier that keeps us stuck. We often put off tasks or avoid pursuing our goals because we feel overwhelmed, anxious or unsure of how to begin. Procrastination is rooted in fear and avoidance, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, or fear of not knowing where to start. It becomes a cycle where the more we delay, the greater our sense of anxiety and self-criticism grows, which only makes it harder to take action. To break this cycle, we must understand that perfection is not the goal, action is. Instead of waiting for the perfect time or perfect conditions, we must take small steps toward our goals, even if they are imperfect. Progress, no matter how small, builds momentum and helps us overcome the inertia of procrastination. Perfectionism is another mental barrier that can be debilitating. The desire to do everything perfectly can prevent us from starting tasks or completing projects, as we may feel that nothing we do will ever be good enough. Perfectionism is often rooted in a fear of judgment, fear of being criticized, or of failing to meet others' expectations. However, perfectionism keeps us stuck in a state of fear and inadequacy, preventing us from making progress. The reality is that perfection is an illusion. There is no such thing as perfect. And striving for perfection often leads to frustration and burnout. To overcome perfectionism, we must shift our focus from the outcome to the process. We must embrace imperfection and understand that making mistakes is part of learning and growing. Perfection is not required for success. Consistent effort and improvement are. Limiting beliefs also form a major mental barrier. These are deeply ingrained convictions that we hold about ourselves or the world, which restrict our potential. For example, beliefs like I am not smart enough, I don't have the right resources, or success is for other people, not for me, create invisible walls that prevent us from taking the necessary actions to achieve our goals. Limiting beliefs often stem from past experiences, societal conditioning, or messages we've internalized from others. Overcoming these beliefs requires us to confront them directly, challenge their validity, and replace them with empowering beliefs. By reprogramming our minds with positive, affirming thoughts, we begin to break free from the mental limitations that have held us back. Another key barrier is the fear of judgment. We often worry about what others will think of us, whether they will approve of our actions, decisions, or success. This fear can cause us to hold back, play small, or avoid pursuing our dreams altogether. The truth is that fear of judgment is often rooted in insecurity, and the judgments of others are not as significant as we make them out to be. People will always have opinions, but their opinions should not dictate the course of our lives. Overcoming this fear requires us to build self-confidence, trust in our own judgment, and recognize that our value is not dependent on external approval. When we shift our focus from seeking validation to following our own path, we can move past this mental barrier and embrace the freedom to be ourselves. Overcoming mental barriers is not a one-time event, but a continual process of growth and self-awareness. These barriers will surface in different forms throughout our lives, and we must be ready to face them with courage, persistence, and determination. It is important to recognize that mental barriers are not signs of weakness or failure. They are part of the human experience. Every individual, no matter how successful, faces these challenges. What matters is how we respond to them. Do we let them define us, or do we rise above them? The key to overcoming mental barriers lies in our ability to change our mindset. We must cultivate self-awareness, challenge negative thoughts, and embrace a growth-oriented perspective. We must trust in our ability to learn from failure, let go of perfectionism, and stop letting fear dictate our actions. When we choose to face our mental barriers head on, when we decide not to let them control us, we begin to unlock our true potential. The mind is a powerful force, and when we harness it, we can overcome any obstacle and achieve greatness. The connection between the mind and the body is one of the most profound and fundamental aspects of human existence. The idea that the mind and body are interconnected is not a new one. It has been recognized by ancient wisdom traditions and is now widely acknowledged by modern science. What we think and feel has a direct impact on how our bodies function, and conversely, the condition of our body can influence our mental state. The mind and body work in harmony, influencing each other in ways that are both subtle and powerful, shaping our overall well-being, health, and quality of life. At the most basic level, the body is the vessel through which the mind experiences and interacts with the world. Every thought, emotion, and belief that we have is reflected in some way through our physical body. Stress, anxiety, and negative emotions can manifest as physical symptoms: muscle tension, headaches, digestive issues, or even chronic pain. Conversely, positive mental states such as calmness, joy, and gratitude can have a soothing effect on the body, promoting healing, vitality, and health. Our bodies are not separate from our minds. They are deeply intertwined, with each influencing the other in a constant feedback loop. One of the clearest ways the mind and body are connected is through the nervous system. The brain, as the control center of the body, sends signals to various organs and systems, orchestrating everything from movement to digestion to immune responses. But the body also sends signals back to the brain. For example, when we experience stress, our body produces hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which activate the fight or flight response. This physical response to stress can influence our thoughts, making us feel anxious, fearful, overwhelmed. Similarly, when we experience physical discomfort or illness, it can affect our mood, leading to feelings of frustration, sadness, or even despair. This dynamic exchange between the mind and the body highlights the deep interconnectedness of our mental and physical states. Research has shown that the way we think and feel can have a powerful impact on our physical health. Negative thought patterns such as chronic worry or pessimism can weaken the immune system, increase inflammation, and make us more susceptible to illness. On the other hand, a positive mental attitude characterized by hope, optimism, and a sense of purpose has been shown to boost the immune system, lower blood pressure, and promote faster recovery from illness or surgery. The placebo effect is a well-documented phenomenon that demonstrates the power of the mind over the body. When patients believe they are receiving effective treatment, even if they are only given a sugar pill, their symptoms often improve. This effect is not imaginary, it is a real, measurable response that highlights the mind's capacity to influence the body's healing processes. The body, in turn, can influence the mind in powerful ways. Our physical health and well-being have a direct impact on our mood, energy levels, and cognitive function. When we are physically sick, fatigued, or in pain, it is difficult to maintain a positive outlook or clear thinking. Conversely, when we are physically healthy, well-nourished, and energized, we are more likely to experience mental clarity, emotional resilience, and a sense of well-being. Exercise in particular is one of the most effective ways to improve both physical and mental health. Physical activity increases the production of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals, which can help alleviate stress, reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, and improve overall mood. Regular exercise has been shown to boost brain function, improve memory and concentration, and even promote the growth of new brain cells. It is not just the body that benefits from exercise, but the mind as well. Another example of the mind-body connection is the role of relaxation techniques in managing stress. Practices such as deep breathing, meditation, and yoga are known to calm the nervous system, reduce the levels of stress hormones in the body, and promote a state of relaxation and mindfulness. These practices help shift the body from the fight or flight response to a more balanced, restorative state known as the rest and digest mode. When the mind is calm and centered, the body responds by lowering heart rate, reducing blood pressure, and promoting overall physical healing. This demonstrates how consciously controlling the mind can have a direct and measurable effect on the body's physical state. Similarly, chronic stress can lead to a range of physical ailments. Prolonged exposure to stress can lead to high blood pressure, heart disease, gastrointestinal problems, and weakened immune function. The mind's inability to cope with stress over time can translate into serious health issues. However, the opposite is also true. When we cultivate mental habits that promote relaxation, gratitude, and emotional well-being, we lower our susceptibility to these stress-related health problems. Practices such as mindfulness meditation, positive visualization, and cognitive behavioral techniques can help rewire the brain to respond to stress in healthier ways, improving both mental and physical health. The mind-body connection is also evident in the way we process emotions. Our emotional experiences, whether positive or negative, have a profound impact on our physical health. When we experience emotions such as anger, fear, or sadness, these feelings are often accompanied by physical sensations, tightness in the chest, knots in the stomach, or headaches. These physical manifestations are the body's way of expressing the emotional turmoil we may be experiencing. Over time, if these emotions are not processed or released, they can contribute to physical ailments such as muscle tension, chronic pain, or digestive problems. On the other hand, cultivating emotional intelligence and learning to manage our emotions in healthy ways can improve our physical health. Practices like journaling, talking about our feelings, and engaging in creative outlets can help release pent-up emotions, reducing the negative impact they have on the body. The mind-body connection is not just about health, it is also about performance and achievement. Athletes, performers, and other high achievers understand the power of the mind in influencing physical performance. All mental focus, visualization, and self-belief are essential components of success in a physical endeavor. The ability to visualize success, to maintain mental focus under pressure, and to push through discomfort all require a strong mind-body connection. In fact, many top athletes attribute their success not just to their physical training, but to their mental preparation, how they use their minds to stay calm, motivated, and focused in the heat of competition. Visualization techniques, where athletes imagine themselves performing flawlessly, have been shown to improve actual physical performance by enhancing motor skills and boosting confidence. The mind-body connection plays a crucial role in maintaining balance and harmony in our lives. In our fast-paced world, we often prioritize mental or physical tasks without considering the interconnectedness of both. For example, the demands of work, family, and daily life can lead to mental burnout, which often manifests as physical fatigue, headaches, or illness. Similarly, neglecting the physical body by not exercising, eating poorly, or not getting enough rest can lead to mental exhaustion, anxiety, or depression. To thrive, we must cultivate a holistic approach to health that nurtures both mind and body. This means not only engaging in physical exercise and eating well, but also taking time for mental relaxation, emotional processing, and personal growth. The mind and body are not separate entities, but two parts of a whole, constantly influencing each other. What happens in one domain inevitably impacts the other, and achieving optimal health and well-being requires addressing both. The way we think, feel, and process emotions can have a profound effect on our physical health, while the condition of our body can either support or hinder our mental clarity, emotional resilience, and cognitive function. To achieve balance and wellness, we must nurture both mind and body, recognizing that they are deeply interconnected. When we honor this connection, we unlock our full potential physically, mentally, and emotionally, creating a life of vitality, peace, and purpose. Continuous learning is not just an option, it is a necessity in today's rapidly evolving world. In the past, education was something that people underwent in their early years and then set aside once they entered the workforce. However, the demands of the modern world, with its ever-changing technologies, industries, and cultural shifts, have made lifelong learning a key factor in both personal and professional success. The process of learning does not stop when formal schooling ends, in fact. It must continue throughout our lives if we are to remain relevant, adaptable, and engaged in the world around us. One of the main reasons continuous learning is essential is because the pace of change in almost every aspect of life has accelerated. Technology is advancing at an unprecedented rate, transforming industries, economies, and societies. What was cutting edge today can quickly become obsolete tomorrow. This is especially true in fields like science, technology, business, and healthcare, where new discoveries and innovations are constantly reshaping the landscape. To stay relevant and competitive, individuals must continue to acquire new skills, knowledge, and competencies. And this is true for everyone from professionals looking to advance in their careers to entrepreneurs seeking to stay ahead of market trends, and even to those simply wanting to enrich their lives with new experiences and ideas. Continuous learning helps us stay adaptable in the face of change. The more we learn, the more we develop the ability to solve problems, think critically, and respond to new challenges. The world is unpredictable, And circumstances change frequently, whether through technological advancements, market shifts, or personal life transitions. In such an environment, those who are committed to learning have a distinct advantage. They are not only prepared to tackle new challenges, but are also more likely to recognize opportunities that others might miss. Learning becomes a tool for personal growth, enabling us to build resilience and agility in the face of uncertainty. Continuous learning is essential for personal development. We live in a world where growth is not just about acquiring more knowledge, it's about becoming better versions of ourselves. Learning allows us to expand our minds, develop new perspectives, and cultivate a deeper understanding of the world and the people around us. As we learn new things, we open ourselves to new experiences and opportunities for self-discovery. It can be tempting to think we know everything we need to know once we've reached a certain point in life, but the truth is that the journey of self-improvement is never over. Learning allows us to continually evolve, not just in terms of our professional expertise, but also in our personal insights, relationships, and emotional intelligence. For many people, continuous learning also fosters a sense of fulfillment and purpose. When we commit to learning something new, whether it's a new language, a musical instrument, or a complex field of study, we tap into a deep sense of curiosity and creativity that is often dormant in our day-to-day lives. Learning enriches our sense of achievement and self-worth. It provides us with a constant source of motivation, as the pursuit of knowledge brings its own rewards. The joy of discovering something new, of understanding a concept that once seemed complex, can be deeply satisfying. This sense of accomplishment builds our confidence and reminds us that we are capable of more than we might have initially believed. Continuous learning has a profound impact on cognitive health. As we age, it becomes increasingly important to engage our brains in activities that challenge us. Just as physical exercise is important for maintaining bodily health, intellectual stimulation is key to maintaining mental acuity. Studies have shown that lifelong learning can improve memory, enhance cognitive function, and reduce the risk of mental decline and neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's. The brain, like any other muscle, thrives on stimulation. When we engage in activities that require us to learn and problem solve, we strengthen our cognitive abilities and maintain our mental sharpness. Continuous learning is one of the best ways to ensure our minds stay active and healthy throughout our lives. In the professional realm, continuous learning is also an indispensable tool for career advancement. The job market is increasingly competitive, and skill sets that were in demand yesterday may not be sufficient tomorrow. Professionals must constantly upgrade their skills to remain valuable and marketable. The ability to learn new technologies, tools, or methodologies can open doors to new career opportunities or promotions. Additionally, industries and work environments are becoming more interdisciplinary, requiring professionals to possess a wider range of knowledge and skills. By embracing continuous learning, we position ourselves to seize opportunities for growth and advancement. Furthermore, learning new skills can give us a sense of control over our professional destiny, reducing the anxiety and uncertainty that often accompanies career stagnation. Another significant benefit of continuous learning is its positive impact on relationships. As we grow intellectually and emotionally through learning, we bring new insights and perspectives into our relationships. Whether it's through the development of better communication skills, a broader understanding of others' viewpoints, or improved emotional intelligence, learning helps us become more empathetic and connected with those around us. The more we learn about the world and the diverse cultures and experiences of others, the better equipped we are to navigate complex social dynamics. Continuous learning promotes open-mindedness, tolerance, and compassion, helping us to build stronger, more meaningful connections with others. Learning doesn't always have to come from formal education or structured programs. Life itself offers countless opportunities for learning. From traveling and interacting with different cultures to volunteering and engaging with communities, every experience is an opportunity to learn something new. In fact, some of the most valuable lessons come not from textbooks or classrooms, but from the experiences we have and the challenges we face. Every interaction, whether in our personal or professional lives, provides an opportunity to learn something about ourselves, others, and the world around us. In addition to the personal and cognitive benefits, continuous learning also plays a key role in fostering innovation and creativity. The more we learn, the more we are able to connect ideas across different domains, think critically, and approach problems from fresh perspectives. Innovation often happens at the intersection of different fields and disciplines, and those who are committed to learning have the ability to combine knowledge in new ways. Creativity flourishes when we are open to new ideas, when we are willing to explore the unknown and take risks. Continuous learning fuels this creative process, enabling us to think outside the box and generate novel solutions to old problems. One of the greatest advantages of continuous learning is its ability to transform fear into confidence. When we face new situations or unfamiliar tasks, it is natural to feel apprehensive. However, when we approach these situations with a mindset of learning, we reduce the anxiety and fear of failure that often accompanies the unknown. The more we learn, the more confident we become in our ability to navigate challenges and succeed. Knowledge gives us the power to act, to take risks, and to move forward without being paralyzed by uncertainty. Through continuous learning, we develop a sense of mastery, a belief in our ability to tackle new tasks and emerge victorious. Continuous learning is not just about acquiring more information, it's about embracing a mindset that values growth, adaptation, and exploration. It is about being open to change and committed to personal and professional development, no matter where we are in life. The world is always evolving, and if we want to thrive in it, we must evolve with it. Continuous learning is the key to that evolution. It helps us grow, adapt, and stay connected to the world around us. Whether we are learning to advance in our careers, improve our relationships, enhance our cognitive function, or simply enrich our lives, the act of learning keeps us engaged, motivated, and empowered to become the best versions of ourselves. The journey of learning is never complete. It is a lifelong pursuit, one that holds the potential to unlock endless possibilities. Belief systems are the foundation of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. These systems are the set of values, convictions, and assumptions we hold to be true, which guide our perceptions and decisions in life. They shape how we view ourselves, others, and the world around us. What we believe about ourselves influences how we act, the choices we make, and how we respond to challenges. Our beliefs not only determine our actions, but also influence our physical, emotional, and psychological well-being. The power of belief is immense. It can empower us to achieve greatness or limit us by keeping us confined within self-imposed boundaries. At the core of every belief system is a fundamental idea that we accept as truth. These beliefs are shaped by a variety of influences: our upbringing, cultural background, education, social experiences, and even our personal reflections. From a young age, we begin to internalize the beliefs of those around us, parents, teachers, and peers, forming the foundation of our worldview. Over time, we continue to build on these beliefs through our experiences and the information we encounter. These beliefs become so ingrained in our subconscious that they often operate automatically, influencing our behavior without us even being aware of it. The beliefs we hold about ourselves are particularly powerful in shaping our actions. If we believe we are capable, intelligent, and deserving of success, we are more likely to take bold actions toward achieving our goals. We approach challenges with confidence, persist in the face of setbacks, and view failure as a temporary obstacle rather than a permanent defeat. On the other hand, if we harbor beliefs of inadequacy, worthlessness, or incompetence, we may shy away from opportunities, avoid challenges, or give up easily when faced with difficulties. Our beliefs about ourselves create a self-fulfilling prophecy. Our thoughts and actions align with the beliefs we hold, often confirming and reinforcing those beliefs. This process of self-fulfilling prophecy can be seen in both positive and negative lights. For instance, someone who believes they are destined for success might take risks, network with others, and persist through adversity. Their belief in their own success motivates them to put in the necessary effort to achieve their goals. Conversely, someone who believes they are destined to fail might avoid taking risks, second-guess their decisions, or sabotage their own efforts. This belief then becomes a self-perpetuating cycle. Each failure reinforces the belief that they are not capable, leading them to avoid future efforts or opportunities. The impact of belief systems extends beyond the individual. They also shape how we perceive and interact with others. Our beliefs about other people based on their race, gender, social status, or other characteristics inform the way we relate to them. If we hold prejudices or stereotypes, these beliefs shape our behavior toward others, often unconsciously. We may act with distrust, fear, or condescension, which in turn reinforces the negative beliefs we hold. Conversely, if we believe in the inherent worth and potential of every person, we are more likely to engage with others in ways that are supportive, inclusive, and respectful. Our interactions with others are deeply influenced by the belief systems we hold about them, and these interactions can either break down barriers or build walls of separation. My belief systems also influence our response to external circumstances. Life is full of challenges, failures, disappointments, losses, and obstacles. How we respond to these difficulties is often shaped by what we believe about the nature of life and the role we play in it. If we believe that life is inherently difficult or that we are powerless in the face of adversity, we may feel helpless when we encounter challenges. We might see setbacks as permanent roadblocks rather than temporary hurdles to overcome. On the other hand, if we hold a belief that challenges are opportunities for growth and learning, we are more likely to approach adversity with resilience, optimism, and creativity. The same set of circumstances can be interpreted and responded to in vastly different ways depending on the underlying belief system. Belief systems can influence our health and well-being. Studies have shown that individuals who maintain a positive, hopeful mindset tend to experience better physical health outcomes than those who have a more negative or defeatist outlook. For example, the belief that stress can be managed and that our bodies have the ability to heal and recover can enhance our resilience to illness and improve our ability to recover from setbacks. On the contrary, believing that we are doomed to chronic illness or that our health is beyond our control can exacerbate symptoms, lower our immune response, and even contribute to the development of certain diseases. The mind-body connection is incredibly powerful, and our beliefs about health can either support or undermine our physical well-being. Belief systems also play a critical role in shaping our motivation and drive. When we believe that success is achievable and that our efforts matter, we are more likely to invest time, energy, and resources into achieving our goals. This sense of agency, the belief that we have control over our future, drives us to take consistent action and pursue long-term objectives. On the other hand, if we hold the belief that success is reserved for others or that our efforts are futile, we may lack the motivation to work toward our goals. In this way, beliefs can act as either a catalyst for action or a barrier to progress. Belief systems are powerful determinants of our capacity for change and growth. Those who believe in the possibility of personal transformation are more likely to take steps to improve their lives. The belief that change is possible opens up the space for new possibilities, learning, and growth. Conversely, if we believe that we are fundamentally flawed or incapable of change, we are more likely to remain stuck in old patterns of behavior, resistant to self-improvement or new ideas. The belief in our own capacity for change is a cornerstone of personal development, and without it, we can become trapped in a cycle of stagnation. Belief systems also shape our relationship with success and failure. Our beliefs about what constitutes success, whether it's external achievements, financial rewards, or personal fulfillment, determine the paths we take in life. If we equate success solely with material wealth, we might pursue a career that leads to financial gain but neglect other aspects of our well-being. Conversely, if we value success in terms of personal growth, relationships, and contribution to others, we might prioritize those areas over monetary rewards. Similarly, our beliefs about failure shape how we deal with setbacks. If we view failure as a reflection of our worth, we may avoid taking risks, fearing judgment or rejection. However, if we view failure as an opportunity for growth and a necessary step towards success, we are more likely to embrace challenges and continue moving forward, undeterred by temporary setbacks. The good news is that belief systems are not set in stone. They can be changed, challenged, and redefined. When we become aware of the beliefs that are limiting or sabotaging our potential, we have the power to question them, reshape them, and replace them with more empowering alternatives. This is not always an easy process, as our beliefs are deeply ingrained and often rooted in past experiences. However, through self-reflection, education, and exposure to new ideas, we can gradually shift our beliefs to align with our true potential. Beliefs are not immutable truths, they are simply the filters through which we perceive the world. By By changing our beliefs, we change the way we experience life, and in doing so, we unlock new opportunities for growth, success, and happiness. Belief systems are powerful forces that shape our thoughts, actions, and experiences. What we believe about ourselves, others, and the world profoundly influences how we behave and how we respond to life's challenges. Our beliefs can either empower us to reach our highest potential or limit us by keeping us stuck in old patterns of thinking and behaving. The key to personal and professional growth lies in becoming conscious of our beliefs, questioning those that no longer serve us, and cultivating new, more empowering beliefs. When we do so, we open the door to a life of greater possibility, fulfillment, and success. The mind has an extraordinary capacity for change, a power that is both transformative and liberating. This remarkable adaptability, often referred to as neuroplasticity, refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. For many years, it was believed that the brain's structure and function were largely fixed after a certain age. But modern neuroscience has shown that the brain remains plastic, capable of rewiring itself in response to new experiences, learning, and even changes in our thoughts and behaviors. This capacity for change is not limited to the acquisition of new knowledge, but extends to the way we think, feel, and behave, reshaping our lives in profound ways. At its core, the mind's capacity for change is grounded in the concept that thoughts shape reality. Every thought we have creates a neural pathway, and the more we think a particular thought, the stronger and more established that pathway becomes. Over time, our thoughts build networks in the brain that shape our beliefs, habits, and even our personalities. If we repeatedly think negatively or focus on limiting beliefs, those pathways become reinforced, and we begin to experience the world through a lens of limitation and fear. However, if we consciously choose to think positively, embrace empowering beliefs, and practice new patterns of thinking, we can rewire the brain to support more constructive behaviors and a more optimistic view of the world. This ability to change thought patterns through focused effort is the key to personal transformation. The mind's ability to change is most evident when we look at the process of learning. When we learn something new, whether it's a new skill, a new language, or a new way of thinking, the brain physically changes. New synaptic connections are formed, and existing pathways are strengthened. As we practice and repeat new behaviors, these neural connections become more efficient, and the brain begins to process information faster and more accurately. This is why learning a new skill can feel challenging. At first, our brains need time to form the new connections and integrate the new information. But with repetition and persistence, those connections become stronger, and the new behavior or knowledge becomes ingrained. Over time, we not only become better at the task at hand, but also develop the mental resilience and discipline needed to continue growing. But the mind's capacity for change goes beyond the cognitive. Our emotional responses, attitudes, and even our core beliefs are all malleable, and they can be reshaped with conscious effort and intention. Emotional patterns are often learned early in life, shaped by our experiences and relationships. For example, someone who grew up in an environment where they were criticized or neglected may develop a belief that they are unworthy of love or success. These beliefs can then manifest as feelings of insecurity, self-doubt, or fear of failure. However, these emotional patterns and limiting beliefs can be transformed with effort. By consistently challenging negative self-talk, practicing self-compassion, and exposing ourselves to new experiences that challenge old beliefs, we can reshape our emotional responses and replace them with healthier, more empowering ones. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is one of the most effective methods used to facilitate this kind of change. CBT helps individuals identify and challenge unhelpful or distorted thinking patterns and replace them with more constructive, realistic thoughts. This therapeutic approach works on the premise that by changing the way we think, we can change the way we feel and behave. Over time, as individuals reframe their thoughts and adopt healthier perspectives, they can experience profound changes in their emotional and behavioral responses. This demonstrates the power of the mind's ability to change not only the way we think, but also the way we feel and act in the world. The capacity for change is also central to overcoming limiting beliefs. These beliefs, often unconscious, hold us back from reaching our potential. They may sound like, I'm not good enough, I'm too old to change, or I don't deserve success. These beliefs are deeply ingrained in the subconscious and can have a powerful influence on our behavior and outcomes. However, just as the mind can reinforce limiting beliefs, it can also break free from them. The process of challenging these beliefs begins with awareness. Once we become aware of the beliefs that are limiting us, we can begin to question their validity and replace them with beliefs that support our growth and success. The mind's ability to change is most evident when we see someone break free from a lifelong belief that they are incapable or unworthy, only to embrace a new identity, one that is empowering and aligned with their true potential. Changing one's mindset is a powerful tool in this process of transformation. Our mindset, whether it is fixed or growth-oriented, determines how we approach challenges, setbacks, and opportunities. People with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities, intelligence, and talents are static, that they are either born with them or they aren't. As a result, they avoid challenges, give up easily, and feel threatened by the success of others. On the other hand, individuals with a growth mindset believe that abilities can be developed through hard work, perseverance, and learning from mistakes. They see failure as an opportunity to grow and view challenges as a natural part of the learning process. By cultivating a growth mindset, we open ourselves to greater opportunities for change and personal development. The power of the mind's capacity for change is also evident in the way we heal and recover from trauma. Emotional wounds, whether from childhood experiences, relationship struggles, or personal losses, can leave lasting scars. These scars can shape the way we see ourselves in the world, often leading to feelings of fear, anger, or hopelessness. However, with time, support, and conscious effort, these wounds can be healed. The mind is capable of rewiring itself in response to new experiences, particularly those that involve healing and growth. Practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and therapy can help individuals process past trauma, reframe their experiences, and develop healthier emotional responses. In this way, the mind's plasticity enables us to recover from emotional pain and emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. A crucial aspect of the mind's capacity for change is the role of intention. While the brain is always changing, much of the change is automatic and driven by external factors, our environment, experiences, and interactions. However, we have the unique ability to consciously direct this change through intention and willpower. Setting clear intentions for change, whether it's to improve a habit, develop a new skill, or shift our mindset, activates the brain's neural networks and begins the process of transformation. By regularly affirming our goals, visualizing our desired outcomes, and taking consistent action toward those goals, we reinforce new pathways in the brain that support our intentions. The more we focus on the change we wish to create, the stronger those neural connections become until they become second nature. The idea that the mind is capable of change is not limited to individual growth. It has vast implications for society as a whole. Societies too have belief systems, mindsets, and cultural patterns that can either promote growth and innovation or hinder it. In many ways, collective change begins with individual change. As more people shift their beliefs and mindsets, moving from fear to hope, from limitation to possibility, from division to unity, societal structures can evolve as well. Cultural change is often sparked by the ideas and actions of individuals who challenge the status quo and model new ways of thinking and living. These pioneers demonstrate the mind's extraordinary capacity to not only transform individual lives, but also to create ripple effects that change entire communities and even nations. In the realm of personal growth, the mind's capacity for change is a reminder of our unlimited potential. No matter where we are in life, no matter how many mistakes we've made, or how entrenched our habits may seem, change is always possible. We are not prisoners of our past or our circumstances. We are active participants in our own transformation. The process of change is not always easy. It requires effort, patience, and persistence, but the results are profoundly worth it. When we understand and harness the power of our minds, we unlock the ability to reshape our lives in any direction we choose. With the right mindset, the right tools, and the right support, the mind can become a powerful force for growth, healing, and transformation. The capacity for change is not a distant hope, it is a present reality, waiting to be tapped into by anyone willing to believe in their own ability to transform. Mindfulness and mental discipline are two powerful tools that, when combined, can dramatically transform the way we live and interact with the world. At their core, both mindfulness and mental discipline revolve around the cultivation of awareness, focus, and control. While mindfulness is about being present and fully engaged in the current moment, mental discipline is the ability to control our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in alignment with our long-term goals and values. Together, they create a potent framework for self-mastery, personal growth, and emotional well-being. Mindfulness, at its essence, is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It involves observing our thoughts, feelings, sensations, and surroundings in a calm and non-reactive way. This allows us to step out of the automatic, often unconscious patterns of thought and behavior that dominate our lives. Instead of being swept away by our emotions, fears, or distractions, mindfulness helps us anchor ourselves in the present, where we can respond to situations with clarity and intention rather than reacting impulsively. When we are mindful, we become more attuned to the subtleties of our inner experiences, our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations, allowing us to recognize patterns that may otherwise go unnoticed. The practice of mindfulness has been shown to have profound effects on mental health, helping to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. By learning to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we create space between ourselves and our experiences. This space allows us to detach from unhelpful patterns of thinking such as catastrophizing, rumination, or self-criticism and shift into a more balanced, objective perspective. We begin to see that our thoughts are not facts, and our feelings, while valid, do not have to control us. This awareness enables us to break free from cycles of negative thinking and emotional reactivity, fostering greater emotional resilience and peace of mind. Mindfulness alone is not enough to bring about lasting change. It must be paired with mental discipline, the ability to control and direct our thoughts, actions, and behaviors in a way that aligns with our values and goals. Mental discipline is the practice of choosing how we respond to thoughts and emotions rather than being slaves to them. It involves exercising self-control, especially in moments of stress, frustration, or temptation, to act in ways that are consistent with our deeper purpose. Mental discipline helps us stay focused on what truly matters, even when distractions, negative emotions, or external pressures try to pull us off course. The relationship between mindfulness and mental discipline is deeply interconnected. Mindfulness helps us become more aware of our impulses, desires, and emotional triggers, which provides us with the opportunity to exercise mental discipline. For example, in moments of stress or frustration, mindfulness allows us to pause and observe the emotions arising within us. Rather than reacting immediately with anger or defensiveness, we can choose to breathe, reflect, and respond in a way that is more constructive and aligned with our values. This act of conscious response, rather than impulsive reaction, is a key aspect of mental discipline. Mental discipline is also about developing the ability to stay focused on our goals, even when faced with distractions or setbacks. In a world full of constant stimuli, social media, emails, news, and other distractions, it can be incredibly difficult to maintain focus and attention on what truly matters. However, by practicing mental discipline, we learn to direct our attention to the task at hand and persist through challenges. This requires cultivating habits of concentration, resisting the urge to give in to distractions, and training the mind to remain present and purposeful in every moment. At its deepest level, mental discipline is about developing a strong sense of self-mastery. It is not about forcing ourselves into rigid control, but about creating a sense of alignment between our inner desires and our outer actions. It's about living with intention and purpose, making decisions based on our values rather than our moods or immediate impulses. Mental discipline allows us to be proactive rather than reactive, choosing our actions thoughtfully and aligning them with the bigger picture of who we want to become. One of the key components of mental discipline is the ability to delay gratification. In a culture that promotes instant pleasure and quick rewards, learning to delay gratification can be a challenge. Yet, it is often the practice of delaying immediate pleasure in favor of long-term rewards that leads to success and fulfillment. Mental discipline helps us resist the lure of short-term temptations, such as distractions, unhealthy habits, or procrastination, and instead commit to the actions that will bring us closer to our long-term goals. By consistently choosing long-term gains over immediate satisfaction, we build self-control, resilience, and perseverance. Mindfulness enhances mental discipline by helping us develop a more grounded, centered approach to life. When we are present, we are less likely to be swept away by impulsive desires or emotions. We become more adept at noticing when our attention is drifting and can gently bring it back to the present moment. This increased awareness allows us to practice discipline more effectively because we are no longer operating on autopilot. We are actively engaged in each moment, making choices with greater clarity and intention. Another significant benefit of mindfulness in cultivating mental discipline is its impact on our emotional regulation. Many of us struggle with emotional reactions that seem to take over our actions: anger, anxiety, frustration, or sadness. In moments of heightened emotion, it can feel as if we are no longer in control of ourselves, and our behavior can become erratic or impulsive. Mindfulness helps us recognize these emotional states as they arise, giving us the opportunity to pause and respond thoughtfully. By practicing mindfulness, we can create a gap between stimulus and response, which is where mental discipline comes into play. Instead of reacting in a knee-jerk way, we can choose to acknowledge our emotions without being controlled by them and decide how we want to respond. Mental discipline is also a critical factor in building habits of success. Whether it's developing a consistent exercise routine, cultivating a meditation practice, or sticking to a study schedule, mental discipline is required to form new, positive habits. The process of habit formation involves repeated action, and mental discipline is what keeps us on track, especially when motivation wanes or obstacles arise. Mindfulness can support this process by helping us stay present with the process of habit building rather than getting frustrated with setbacks or fixating on results. As we practice both mindfulness and mental discipline, we learn to be patient with ourselves, recognizing that progress is not always linear, but that consistent effort leads to lasting change. Over time, the combination of mindfulness and mental discipline leads to a profound transformation in the way we relate to ourselves and the world around us. As we become more mindful, we become less reactive and more intentional in our decisions. We learn to take responsibility for our thoughts, feelings, and actions, and we begin to see ourselves as the creators of our experiences rather than victims of circumstance. Mental discipline supports this shift by empowering us to act in alignment with our higher goals and values, no matter the challenges we face. The ultimate reward of this inner work is a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. Mindfulness and mental discipline allow us to transcend the distractions, stresses, and noise of everyday life, cultivating a state of presence and awareness that brings clarity, joy, and balance. We begin to operate from a place of inner strength, grounded in the present moment, and aligned with our true purpose. This sense of mastery over the mind, emotions, and behaviors opens the door to limitless possibilities as we are no longer at the mercy of our impulses or distractions, but actively creating the life we want to live. Mindfulness and mental discipline are essential practices for anyone who desires to live with intention, clarity, and purpose. They are not just about achieving external success, but about cultivating an inner sense of mastery and alignment that brings true fulfillment. By combining the art of mindfulness with the power of mental discipline, we can transform our lives from the inside out, becoming the conscious, empowered individuals we are meant to be. The union of mindfulness and mental discipline is the key to unlocking our full potential as individuals. These two forces, awareness of the present moment and the ability to control our thoughts and behaviors, create a powerful synergy that can transform not only our daily lives, but our entire existence. Mindfulness teaches us to be present, to observe without judgment, and to create space between our thoughts and our reactions. Mental discipline, on the other hand, empowers us to take command of that space and make intentional choices that align with our deeper values and long-term goals. Together, they allow us to move from a place of unconscious reaction to conscious creation, from chaos and distraction to clarity and purpose. When we practice mindfulness, we learn to respond rather than react. We become the masters of our emotions, not the slaves to them. And when we practice mental discipline, we learn to stay focused on what truly matters, to resist the urge for short-term gratification, and to build the habits that lead to lasting success. These practices are not just for personal growth, they are the foundation of a life well lived, one marked by resilience, clarity, and peace. Remember, the mind is a powerful instrument. It can either serve us or hinder us, depending on how we choose to train it. By cultivating mindfulness and mental discipline, we take control of our mental landscape. We decide how we respond to life's challenges, how we invest our energy, and how we shape our future. You have the power to transform your life by transforming your mind. So take a moment today, right now, to pause, breathe, and be present. In that space, you will find the strength and clarity to take the next step toward the life you truly desire. The change starts with you, and the mind is ready to follow. Harness its power, and you will see that the possibilities are endless.